I just got done reading an article about how it says delay litter long road to vehicle rear view rules. I always had a thing about how wide rear view mirrors were, how I can't see in the back of a car that well when I want to reverse, get into a parking spot and whatever. But if I have a kid, um, I would totally make sure that they're all in a car. My mom always said to cross in front of the car, never in back of the car where she can't see us. And we would get in trouble if we go in back because she would scream out the car, come back around the other side. I need to see you. So from this day forward, I never got out of a car and went in back of the car. I always came from the passenger side all the way around to the front from the driver's side and then walked out. And if they couldn't see me, they literally came out the car to make sure if I was in or not. Some people are really irresponsible and think once you shut the door means you're away from the car and they can have the decency to back up right away. No, that's not the case. If you're really dropping your kids off at like a daycare, whatever place that you're at, please ensure that safety, just because you're parked, does not mean you're always safe. I do not have kids. I'm only 21, but I do recommend for all parents to live, learn, and go by this tragic story, and to make sure that you physically get out the car, insist to drop your kids off at the place that they are really supposed to be at, not to tell them to get out the car and go by themselves, then pull off, because things like this happen. They don't only happen on cars. They happen in buses, even if your children are getting responsibly dropped off. There's mistakes where that a book might fall out because I watched bus training. This is the only reason why I know. And it's just a basic scenario that you need to know anyway. Is that buses, kids drop books. Don't go after the book if your bus driver is starting to pull off. If the book has to get ran over, let the book get run over. We don't want you to get ran over. And if you need to replace that book, just tell them that you couldn't retrieve it because you dropped it underneath the bus. Don't go under the bus because the bus driver cannot, I guarantee you, cannot see you on the side of the bus. When they only can see you when you bank away from the bus. They cannot see you on the side of the bus. They cannot see you on the back of the bus. That's why they say do not go in back of the bus when you get off the bus. Go on the side and wait for the bus to leave. And if you're crossing, always cross in front of the bus because that's where you're supposed to cross. It doesn't matter if you live closer and you walk down that street. Cross around the bus where the bus driver can see you, and then go to where you're supposed to be at. Safety first, regret later. Um, that's what I don't understand. Like, honestly, parents, like, I'm not a parent yet, but it's pretty much common sense. Bus, car, truck, anywhere. You have to assist your child to the spot they need to be. I don't care if it's to your auntie's dinner party or to your grandma's house and you have to pull out. If you know you have more than one child and you have difficulty looking in the back of your car or the side of your car, it's just as small, just as big, just as wide as any other vehicle on the entire planet. And if you're that, unsure, get out the car. Put your car in park, wait till they get all the way to the door, wave to them as you're out the car. If you are that stubborn to not get out the car to assist that your child is at safety from a parking lot, from a side road to your grandma's house, there's something really wrong with you. I would never let my kid get out the car alone without me, hand in hand, and off to a relative or somebody's house, especially if it's light of day or dark. It does not matter. We all cannot see properly. I don't care if people have 20/20 vision. You cannot see properly anyway. You're very stressed behind the wheel. You had a long day. I just ensure everybody to drive safely and to learn from this. I mean, this is something that is, yes, occurred in maybe parts of the state, wherever. This is the first time I ever heard from a car that actually done this. I know many reasons of a bus because somebody dropped a book or anything, and tragic happens. But a bus, truck, car is the same, outcome. If you don't know where your child is when you can't see them at that specific destination yet, get out your car, turn it off, and make sure they got there. Even if they fell, come on. Just because you see one child in a car doesn't mean the other one is in. If you know that one child sits on another spot and one is beside each other, get out the car, make sure that they're both there, even if one child is seen. It's like pisses me off because things can be avoided, but you get so hyped up in life, so hyped up in things that you need to get done. You have to look at what is meaningful and precious to you. You just have to look out for one another. I mean, especially if you're a parent, it is an avoidable situation. Sadly, I do feel bad for that mother, and with all my regards to you. And I just have to let other parents know, like, no matter what, just get out the car, look around for your child, yell their name, because that's what my mom used to do, yell my name if she couldn't find me, and if I popped up somewhere I'm not supposed to be, next thing you know, beat me. But, you gotta ensure this stuff. Make sure that your children walk in front of you, in front of the car, then you pull off. Because, you're not supposed to be getting out the car, walking in the back of the car, and then go. It's just like a bus. You cross in front of the car to get where you're supposed to go. Never cross in back of a car because that's the most difficult spot where you can't look at. Point blank. So, yeah. Just had to point that out because, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, I feel so bad. But I never got off a car or bus and went in back of them. And if I had to cross the street, you have to let the bus, car, truck bypass first, then you cross. It's just getting ridiculous day by day. Like, I mean, shoot. I live by a pike, and I can't even cross, like, right away. I have to look twice before I cross, because there's cars that go by the pike, and they run the red light. There's like several cars that run red lights, that run everything. They don't care anymore. They won't stop for you anymore. So the thing is that you got to watch out. I mean, shoot, I came to a close encounters myself, and I'm only 21, and to lose a child at 9 and younger is just the most devastating thing I ever heard. Because it just looks at how life can change in a flash of your eyes. How life is truly short. So that's just my message for all you parents out there, is just to take care of your child. Know that life isn't really forever, and that life can change before your eyes, before you even expect it. But to love your child while you can, and to, be responsible. Be responsible outside your car, be responsible while you're in your car, be responsible overall. Not just a role that you play in your parents. Safety and parenting is the number one thing. It's 10:15 and I'm out.
Listen, from the morning to the evening.